Poll. Hillary Clinton, Donald Trump, where this race stands just 6 days out. And are there new pathways for Donald Trump? He and his family make the case tonight. President Obama, Vice President Biden, Bernie Sanders arguing there's just one choice. And the alarming image, the church set on fire, the words spray painted on the side. Also tonight, the deadly ambush, 2 police officers targeted and killed in separate patrol cars, shot through the window. Breaking late today, the new flashpoint over the pipeline in the west. Demonstrators clashing with police. And the other pipeline, the explosion, the state of emergency, and now worries over gas prices. New reporting tonight on the mystery illness in 33 states, the 6-year-old boy who has died. And we are on the verge of history. Will it be the Cubs or will it be the Indians? We're there.
This is ABC World News Tonight with David Muir.
Good evening, and it's great to have you with us here on a Wednesday night in less than a week to go until Election Day. More than 31 million Americans have already voted, and this race is tightening tonight. Let's get right to the battlegrounds. New numbers from the key state of Florida at this hour. Hillary Clinton at 46, Donald Trump at 45, a near dead heat. North Carolina, another crucial state, very tight. Clinton 47, Trump 44. In Pennsylvania, considered Clinton's firewall, the race tightening. And in Ohio, Trump in the lead, 46 to Clinton's 41. And nationally tonight, take a look. The new ABC News tracking poll shows this race is a dead heat, 46 apiece. Tonight here, the closing arguments. You will hear from Trump's family in a moment. But first, the president and his plea today. ABC's Cecilia Vega leads us off.
Hillary Clinton mobbed today in Florida. She cheered on early voters during an unannounced stop at a polling place.
Hillary Clinton is leaving one battleground state. She is headed to another, Nevada first, then Arizona. A Democrat hasn't won there in 20 years.
Clinton boarding that cross-country flight knowing her squad of surrogates is swarming the battlegrounds. In North Carolina, long lines, people waiting hours to see President Obama.
You know what? She's not flashy. As a consequence, sometimes she's underappreciated here at home. But she made me a better president.
The president today with a direct appeal to young and African-American voters.
Back in 2008, I won North Carolina by 14,000 votes. That's about 2 votes per precinct. If just 2 votes per precinct had gone the other way, I would have lost North Carolina. How can you say your vote doesn't count? Each of you could swing an entire precinct for Hillary if you vote.
In Florida, Vice President Joe Biden turning the focus back to Donald Trump.
This guy's got a fixation. Have you ever heard anybody ever talk as much about and be so preoccupied with women's bodies? This guy doesn't deserve to be president by any count. He really doesn't.
And vouching for Clinton.
We've been friends a long time. Look, she not only gets it, she'll finish the job we started.
With the polls tight, Team Clinton is now looking beyond the battlegrounds, dispatching Bernie Sanders today to blue states, Michigan and Wisconsin.
The choice is clear.
States Trump is trying to win too by appealing to white working class voters.
Not only is he going to lose on November 8th, but he and his friends, his billionaire friends, are going to start paying their fair share of taxes.
With just 6 days to go, some Clinton supporters already looking ahead to the history she could make as the nation's first female president.
I just wish my mother and dad could see all of this.
In Prescott, Arizona, 102-year-old Jerry Emmett, born before women had the right to vote, remembering watching her own mother vote for the very first time.
They all came down to watch the women get to vote. Even the men were happy.
And Cecilia Vega joined us from Las Vegas tonight. And Cecilia, President Obama today not only campaigning for Hillary Clinton, but also weighing in on FBI Director James Comey, who of course went public just days before the election, saying they were looking at newly discovered emails that may or may not be significant. Here's what the president said.
You know, when there are investigations, we don't operate on innuendo. We don't operate on incomplete information. We don't operate on leaks.
Cecilia, you heard the president there. He said we don't operate on innuendo or incomplete information. Was this aimed at the FBI director?
David, it certainly sounds like it. He never mentioned Comey's name, but the insinuation right there, the president is not happy tonight. The White House is trying to downplay these comments, saying nothing has changed from the president's initial plan to neither criticize nor defend Comey on this one. David?
Cecilia Vega leading us off tonight. Cecilia, thank you. As you saw there, as Hillary Clinton flies across the country, deploying her army of surrogates, tonight Donald Trump with his own surrogates too, and many of them with the same last name, the Trump children, out making the case for their father as they have since day one. ABC's Tom Yamas on Donald Trump's closing argument.
Donald Trump today taking Florida by storm, urging supporters to fight like underdogs.
Pretend we're slightly behind. You got to get out. We don't want to blow this.
Trump casting this election as the final battle for the heart and soul of America.
The future lies with the dreamers, not the cynics, not the critics, certainly not the media. Hey. We're asking for the vote of every American who believes truth and justice, not money and power, should rule the day.
Trump beginning this race as a family enterprise, and that's how he's ending it as well. His children out today campaigning in 5 key states.
One question.
Ivanka Trump with 3 stops in North Carolina. In Detroit, Don Jr. pushing the campaign's message on jobs and trade.
He wants to infuse common sense back into the equation.
And with Hillary Clinton's emails back in the headlines, Trump's new appeal to Democrats, it's not too late to change your mind.
Wisconsin is one of several states where you can change your early ballot if you think you've made a mistake. A lot of stuff has come out since you voted.
He's right. People who've already voted in Wisconsin are allowed to switch their votes. Same goes for Michigan and Pennsylvania. It just doesn't happen that often. On The View, campaign manager Kellyanne Conway touting our ABC News Washington Post poll showing Trump and Clinton neck and neck.
And we're loving the ABC News poll. It's our favorite poll because it shows 60% of Americans are in favor. Never me.
Which, didn't you?
Never me.
Will it be crooked again if it goes, if he slips in the polls? Are we back to crooked?
No, what I think you need to do is get ready for a chyron that says President-elect Donald J. Trump.
But the campaign acknowledges Trump still has to close the gender gap.
He's still struggling with women. So now the campaign has started to hand out these pink Women for Trump signs. You see them just as much as any other sign now.
Supporters we spoke with convinced he's going to win.
The media says he's losing everywhere, but this was really encouraging seeing all the people here.
So you're motivated?
I am.
We're going to wake up November 9th, and most of the country will be red, like it was back when Reagan won.
But amid all the excitement today, this ominous image, an African-American church in Mississippi, torched and scrawled on the wall outside, "Vote Trump."
And Tom Yamas is with us tonight from Florida. Disturbing images of that church. And Tom, we know the Trump campaign has condemned violence before, but they're also reacting tonight to an endorsement from the Ku Klux Klan newspaper.
They are, David. They put out a statement saying that Mr. Trump and the campaign denounce hate in any form. They're calling that newspaper repulsive, saying the publication does not represent the views of the tens of millions of supporters that are supporting the Trump campaign right now. David?
Tom Yamas in Florida tonight. Tom, thanks so much. So let's get right to the map here tonight because it's all about the battlegrounds and, of course, that path to 270 electoral votes. Let's bring in Jonathan Karl. The polls tightening. Donald Trump's pathways seem to be opening just a bit here. And does Hillary Clinton still have a firewall?
The map still favors Hillary Clinton, but Donald Trump has momentum. You look at our ratings, every state that we've looked at, the red favor Trump, blue favor Hillary Clinton. And 2 states since we last spoke have moved towards Trump. Utah and Ohio have both gone from toss-up states to advantage Donald Trump, getting him closer to 270. But, David, he still needs to win all the remaining toss-up states, Arizona, Florida, North Carolina. If he wins all 3 of those, he goes to 259 electoral votes, still short.
Still short, so he has to pick off a couple of these blue states.
And he's got good news on that front in 2 states. In the state of Pennsylvania, a new poll out today shows Trump within 4. In Wisconsin, a poll shows him within 6. And Joe Biden is going to Wisconsin on Friday, a sign that they're nervous. But look what happens. If he wins Pennsylvania, he wins the presidency. If it's Wisconsin, 269, 269. We've got a tie. There's no co-presidency. Congress chooses.
Oh, a nightmare scenario, which is why the Clinton team is doubling down on Pennsylvania and Wisconsin. John, our thanks to you. That map will change right up through election night. And a reminder, 6 days from now on election night, our coverage begins right here with World News Tonight at 7 p.m. Eastern. I'll be joining George and the entire Powerhouse political team We will be here all night long, and if John's suggestion is true, we could be here for weeks. In the meantime, we do move on to other news tonight and to the deadly ambush in Iowa. 2 police officers killed as they sat in their patrol cars, the shootings triggering an urgent manhunt. And tonight, a suspect is in custody. ABC's Eva Pilgrim is in Iowa.
Tonight, this man in custody after 2 Iowa police officers were killed in cold blood.
These officers were ambushed. It doesn't look like there was any interaction between these officers and whoever the coward is that shot them while they sat in their cars.
Officials say the attack started just after 1 a.m. 24-year-old Urbandale police officer Justin Martin is shot and killed sitting in his police car.
Polk County 20's out there, and he does confirm officer down.
20 minutes later, more shots just blocks away.
We have another officer hit over there.
Des Moines Police Sergeant Tony Beminio also shot in his car. Ambulances rushed the husband and father to the hospital, but he does not survive. The manhunt now underway. At 7 a.m., authorities identify the suspect as 46-year-old Scott Michael Green. Officials shutting down area schools. Then, at 9 a.m., a break.
Subject in custody.
Officials say the suspect is on a rural road when he turns himself in by flagging down a passerby. It's not Green's first run-in with the law. In court just hours before the rampage for abusing his mother.
Have I committed a crime? We're asking you to leave.
Authorities tonight investigating a video of this incident 2 weeks ago. Green was kicked out of a high school football game after complaints he was flying a Confederate flag in the stands. He apparently filmed as he argued with police.
When you fly a Confederate flag standing in front of several African American people, that's going to cause a disturbance. I'm not saying it's I never said it wasn't your right.
Constitutional right.
Did I say it wasn't?
David, Green has not been charged yet. Here we have seen a steady stream of people in Urbandale. This is the first officer killed in the line of duty for this department. David?
Eva Pilgrim there in Iowa. Eva, thank you. We turn next here to a new flashpoint at the site of a controversial pipeline plant in North Dakota. New arrest tonight amid a clash at the scene. Protesters crossing a river to reach the construction site, then met with police in riot gear with pepper spray. Here tonight, ABC's Clayton Sandell.
On the banks of this North Dakota creek today, police hit protesters with that pepper spray as they tried to cross the water on a makeshift footbridge. This latest standoff is part of a protest that's been going on for months. 140 protesters were arrested last week after building roadblocks and setting cars on fire. They are trying to stop construction of a 1,200-mile pipeline from North Dakota to Illinois, saying the pipeline would disturb sacred Native American cultural sites and could pollute rivers and water supplies. The pipeline company says it will be safer and cheaper than using trucks or trains. And today, President Obama says the Army Corps of Engineers is looking into the possibility of changing the pipeline's path.
My view is that there is a way for us to accommodate sacred lands of Native Americans.
But that decision could take several more weeks. In the meantime, protesters say they're not going anywhere. David?
Clayton Sandell tonight. Clayton, thank you. And next to Alabama and to the other pipelines still in the news, a state of emergency remains in place tonight after a deadly explosion there. Tonight, the fire is now contained but still burning, and the line from Houston to North Carolina is still shut down. The full line reaches all the way to New Jersey. Prices at the pump are expected to rise, especially in the southeast. The company hopes to have that pipeline repaired by this weekend. Overseas tonight, in a new analysis of that mysterious end to Malaysia Airlines Flight 370. Investigators say the pieces they've recovered show that the wing flaps were still in a cruise position. In fact, they now believe the plane ran out of fuel and spiraled down, increasing in speed until it crashed into the Indian Ocean. 239 people were lost when the plane vanished more than 2 years ago. Back here at home tonight and from Wisconsin now, there is growing outrage over an experiment meant to scare teenagers into driving safely. The school and the student council in on it, announcing the deaths of 4 students in a texting while driving accident. But later, it was revealed it wasn't true. They were alive. Tonight, at least one parent is calling it a barbaric scare tactic. And here's ABC's Gio Benitez.
It's a morning announcement like no other.
There have been a series of wrecks and multiple reckless driving things happening currently around Broadhead. We've currently lost a handful of fellow students.
Students sitting on camera announcing the death of 4 schoolmates who died in a car crash. Some kids were crying.
One girl went home because she was having a panic attack.
But minutes later, the truth. Students told there was no accident and their classmates were very much alive. Those 4 students and their parents in on the secret. It turns out the school says it was just a simulation intended to teach a lesson about distracted driving and safety on the road. And some parents are fuming. One mother sounding off on Facebook saying, enough with the barbaric scare tactics. Tonight, the superintendent telling us the district would like to apologize for any unnecessary stress that this activity caused. But still, he defends bringing awareness to a serious issue. And David, that idea was approved by school officials, but it came from the student council, and one member there saying it was worth it if even one life was saved. David?
All right, Gio Benitez tonight. Gio, thank you. There is still much more ahead on World News Tonight this Wednesday. The out-of-control bus slamming into a home, and the dramatic pictures right here. That bus hit by a pickup truck. Then you actually see the bus driver behind the wheel there. Just incredible. Never saw this.